You're probably one of two people. Either you slept through history class and can't tell a pharaoh from a pyramid, or you're a history fan who knows all about ancient Egypt. Either way, stay with us because we're counting down the top 10 greatest pharaohs of ancient Egypt. No matter how much you know, you'll learn something new today. Starting with number 10, Akhenaten. Also known as Amenhotep IV, Akhenaten was a pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, reigning from 1353 BC to 1336 BC. But his reign wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Akhenaten is most famous, or perhaps infamous, for his attempt to change Egypt's long-standing religious traditions. The Egyptians worshipped a whole pantheon of gods, but Akhenaten tried to convert the kingdom to monotheism, worshipping just one god, Aten, a deity linked to the sun god Ra. Unsurprisingly, this didn't sit well with the people. They had been devoted to many gods for centuries, and this sudden shift didn't go over too well. In fact, they were so outraged that after Akhenaten's death, they destroyed his statues, erased him from the official list of kings, and returned to their old ways of worship. His memory was so thoroughly wiped out that hardly any trace of him remained until much later discoveries revealed who he was. When his son Tutankhamun came to power, he reversed Akhenaten's religious reforms, bringing back the old gods. Now let's move on to number 9, Pharaoh Djoser. Ruling during the Third Dynasty, he's credited with founding the Old Kingdom and held power from 2630 BC to 2611 BC. His most significant contribution? The iconic limestone step pyramid at Saqqara. It was a groundbreaking achievement in architecture and technology at the time. Now you might think, what's so special about another pyramid? But hold on, this was no ordinary tomb. Djoser's pyramid was built by stacking enormous limestone blocks in what's called the mastaba style, creating a structure that was as stable as it was tall. The stones were carved with intricate inscriptions, and the pyramid itself stood as a testament to the ancient Egyptians' architectural genius. It wasn't just a marvel of its time, it's still a symbol of innovation today. Fun fact, Djoser's pyramid wasn't completed until after his death, with his trusted official, Imhotep, overseeing the final construction. Number 8, Khufu. Khufu, also known as Khufu, was the second pharaoh of the Fourth Dynasty, ruling from around 2589 BC to 2566 BC during the Old Kingdom. Not much is recorded about his reign, but Khufu is best known for the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. If you haven't heard of it, you might be living under a rock. The Great Pyramid is the largest and oldest in the Giza complex, showing off the incredible building skills of ancient Egypt. This massive structure, made from mud, bricks, and limestone, was built as Khufu's tomb. It includes the Grand Gallery and 3 chambers, which were once thought to be filled with priceless treasures, long since looted. Number 7, Cleopatra VII. Cleopatra, also called Cleopatra Philopater, was the last pharaoh of the Ptolemaic kingdom and the daughter of Macedonian general Ptolemy Soter. She ruled Egypt from 51 BC to 30 BC and is remembered as a smart and powerful leader. During her reign, Egypt grew stronger as she introduced reforms to improve the economy. Cleopatra's political skills and relationships with other countries helped create successful trade links for Egypt. Famous for her wealth and ability to outmaneuver her rivals, Cleopatra controlled major industries like wheat, papyrus, and perfume. Her annual income was estimated between 12,000 and 15,000 Egyptian talents, equivalent to about $95.8 billion today. However, she also borrowed a lot of money from foreign nations to pay for the many wars she fought during her rule. Number 6, Thutmose III. Thutmose III, heir to Egypt's 18th dynasty and stepson of the famous pharaoh Hatshepsut, reigned for an impressive 54 years. Known as the Napoleon of Egypt, his legacy is remarkable. Thutmose was a skilled military leader whose campaigns greatly expanded the Egyptian empire. He was also a brave warrior, defending his people and land from many enemies. His contributions went beyond the battlefield. Thutmose III was responsible for building monumental sites, including his most famous work, the temple at Karnak. One of the obelisks from this temple was later moved and re-erected, as the obelisk of Theodosius in Istanbul, Turkey. Now that's a lasting legacy. Before we move on, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating history like this. Number 5. Xerxes I, better known as Xerxes the Great, was the 5th king of the Persian Achaemenid dynasty. The son of Darius the Great, Xerxes ruled from 486 BC to 465 BC and is most famous for his attempted invasion of Greece, especially the famous Battle of Thermopylae. Does that ring a bell? No? You might want to crack open a history book. Xerxes later faced defeat at the Battle of Salamis and fled back to Persia. Despite this setback, Xerxes ruled both Persia and Egypt since Egypt was under Persian control at the time. His reign came to a sudden end when he was assassinated by his commander of the royal bodyguard. And the kicker? His empire was worth an estimated $420 billion. Number 4. Tutankhamun. You've probably heard of King Tut, and if not, you definitely should have. He's one of the most famous pharaohs in history, even though he had a short reign. Tutankhamun became king when he was just 9 or 10 years old, but he only ruled for about 10 years, from 1332 BC to 1323 BC. While he did introduce some religious changes, he didn't have many major achievements as a ruler. It didn't help that his father, Akhenaten, made some unpopular decisions before him. But Tut's fame really comes from the discovery of his nearly intact tomb. His death is still a mystery, and there's no clear answer as to how he died. However, his mummy has given Egyptologists valuable insights into the mummification process. Now let's talk about his wealth. His coffin's interior alone is made of solid gold, weighing 110.4 kilograms. That's worth about $1.5 million in gold today. King Tut may not have ruled long, but his legacy is priceless. Number 3. Amenhotep III. A pharaoh whose reign was full of seriously, it's like something out of a Shakespearean play. Amenhotep III ruled Egypt during its golden age, from 1391 BC to 1353 BC, as the 9th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty. Under his leadership, Egypt's economy thrived due to successful trade relations. His reign marked a time of great wealth and artistic achievement. The statues, monuments, and stone scarabs he commissioned are still admired for their craftsmanship today, with many featuring inscriptions that detail historical events. Amenhotep III holds the record for the largest number of statues dedicated to a pharaoh, and he kept the wealth within his family. When his mother passed away, Amenhotep became the head of the family, inheriting vast riches. His total wealth is estimated at an incredible $4 to $6 trillion in today's dollars. That's a fortune worthy of a king. Number 2. Ramses II. Ramses II, the 3rd pharaoh of the 19th dynasty, is often regarded as one of Egypt's greatest rulers, earning the title the Great Ancestor. His reign was marked by many military victories that significantly strengthened Egypt's influence. He led numerous campaigns, conquering powerful enemies like the Syrians, Nubians, and Hittites. Beyond his military success, Ramses left behind a remarkable architectural legacy. His magnificent buildings, found all over Egypt, continue to be celebrated as important symbols of the nation's heritage. Even after his death, Ramses II made headlines when his remains were sent to France for restoration. In a fascinating twist, Egyptian officials issued a passport for his mummy, listing his occupation as king, deceased. His arrival in France was honored with a full military ceremony, a fitting tribute for a king. Number 1. Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut, Egypt's most successful female pharaoh, takes the top spot. As the first woman to claim the title of pharaoh, she went to great lengths to prove that her reign was divinely approved. Hatshepsut controlled Egypt's vast wealth, including gold mines that in today's terms would produce an output valued at $2 billion, making her the richest female ruler in Egypt's history. Ruling from 1478 BC to 1458 BC, she led Egypt through a time of prosperity. After her husband's death, Hatshepsut took the throne and ruled for 21 years. Her reign was marked by impressive building projects and the establishment of new trade routes. Her steady leadership brought peace and stability, securing her legacy as one of Egypt's most accomplished rulers. And there you have it, the top 10 greatest pharaohs of ancient Egypt. From powerful rulers who expanded their empires to visionary leaders who built some of the world's most famous monuments, their legacies continue to shape history. If you found this video interesting, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more historical journeys. But before you go, don't miss our next video about Cleopatra, Egypt's last pharaoh, and her Roman lovers. It's a story you won't want to miss. Click the link on your screen now.